Oh, no.
How's everybody doing today? We are getting up and running. Oh, all right. Hey, Kira, how you doing? Don, sure, and Yvette, excellent, excellent. All right. Is this where, Angela, is this where Rob left off?
Yes, so he left off like right in the middle of the slide.
Start your sphere. All right, go get back. Oh, I think this is it. All right, let's just say hi to everyone. We have also there's a few people in the office today watching it from the training room, which is exciting. Hi, Yvette. Did we get the big screen working in there, Yvette? That's okay. Let's see, Eric. Dun, 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 dun. All right, great. Let's just start with any ahas from yesterday. I know that mostly everybody on here are newer agents and or brand new licensee. Tell me about any myths that you might have had, preconceptions about real estate that may have been debunked yesterday, and or anything that could have sparked your desire to learn more. Don't be bashful.
Hi, I'll go.
Yeah, Kira.
Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to say it felt good to be in that group yesterday. Just getting to be in a group with other people who are super new like I am, because it is intimidating coming into, transitioning into a career that's completely new to me. I've never even been a homeowner, so I have a lot of learning to do. And I get in my head a lot as far as, Rob was talking about self-limiting beliefs. And I definitely one of those people that, I overthink things and I get into my head a lot. And so, yeah, it just felt good to hear him talking about that, kind of like as a reminder that is kind of one of my it's kind of one of my weaknesses, that I do overthink things and I get stuck in my head. And it was good to hear him, address that. And it was also, like I said, it was just helpful to feel like I was in a group with other new beginners.
Yeah, I mean, Kira, I'll say this to you just like I would say it to my daughters, and I hope you get the intention from it when I say you're not special, right?
Yeah.
In that thinking, right?
Right.
It's all of us have internal conversations. All of us get in our own way. All of us create limiting beliefs. It's in what areas of life do we do that, and how do we manage that? It's important in this conversation because we're building a business around ourselves, right? You're building a business around your personal brand. leveraging your superpowers. And I would encourage you to focus on those superpowers, whatever that is for you. I don't know you as well, or, or I can't even say that, I know the superpowers of everybody on this call, but I know that you have superpowers, right? And I know that it's what attracts people to you in life, in general, and in the same connections and the same the same spark that attracts people in your personal life will attract people in your business life. So the beautiful thing about the business conversation is that maybe you stop thinking about you as you and think about you as a business person, and maybe, push outside yourself and your limiting beliefs that you might have about yourself personally to create a brand that attracts people to your service on top of everything else, right? On top of your commitment to, helping people and caring about people and providing great service. So, we all have to deal with some piece of what's going through your head, and then our own piece, right? It's the human condition, right?
Right. Thank you.
No, yeah. Anyone else? Okay. All right. I know Rob had mentioned something to me this morning that there was a kind of a sigh of relief from several of you on that call yesterday in finding that connectivity and knowing that you had the support system. It's an abstraction until you experience it, right? Just know that when I say we, I mean the staff and the leadership of Keller Williams Larchmont, we want to be your support system. We want to give you the tools you need to move forward. We want you to reach your goal. That's how we all win, right? So, just like you as a human being, we are imperfect, but our desire is to contribute. So if there's something we could do better or explain better or support you at a higher level or something that we're missing, or oftentimes what I find is that we're not actually missing it as much as we're not telling our story correctly in connecting you to the information that you need. I like to think that we have probably more information and more tools and more support than people can realize and that we can explain in one conversation, right? It's somewhat difficult to digest the massiveness of it all, right? So if there's something you need or something you think we could do better, please do not hesitate to ask and or to share. All right. All right, there you go. All right. So let us move on to start with your sphere. All right. And so your sphere are people you have met in one way, shape, or other, right? Could you forward one? Oh, did I do that? No. There you go. Could you forward one, Angela? Could you go to that lovely picture there? Yeah, there you go. People you have met you, or in a form. Also, Angela, could you go to the big frame, to hit that little, what looks like a monitor there? Boom. There you go. Let's try that. Does that take you? No, it doesn't take it into a full frame.
What do you mean? Are you seeing seeing the smaller frame?
Yeah, I'm seeing the smaller frame.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. I'll keep talking. You work on that. Your sphere of influence are people you have already met. They're people in your life. They're people that you already know, trust, and most importantly, they respect you. Therefore, they are likely to be willing to help you, right? Because after all, people like to do business with those they know, trust, and respect. You have to establish reciprocal communication with people in your sphere. What do you guys think that means, right? What does a reciprocal communication mean to you guys? How do you, what tools, what technology, what ways do you communicate with your sphere, the people you know and who know you? What are some of the ways?
Does it look okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Anyone?
Hey, Joe, it's Eileen here. Sorry, there's some construction going on in my background if you hear that every now and then. But as far as reciprocal communication, I mean, nowadays, social media is one of the best ways to engage with people that you know and people that know you, whether it's by, you know, liking their posts or commenting and following up and staying up to date with their lives. They can stay up to date with your life as well in that respect.
Right. So social media is a great way. You know, stepping into somebody's DMs is probably even a better way to have a valid, intimate conversation with someone, right? You want to get to the, you definitely want to get past the derma, right? You want to get past the surface, and you want to, in your communications, you want to be able to get, when people feel something about you, they will want to work with you. They will want to help you. And that's the objective, right? So would you prefer to do people, you know, the question is, what would you prefer to do business with people you know, trust, and respect? Do you think your friends and acquaintances would rather use a realtor they know and trust? Does anybody have any problem with that? Any pushback on those?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Angela.
Yes.
You're on. You're not muted. And can you get to there you go. Go forward to the right slide, to your sphere slide. So does anybody have any pushback on that? That people would prefer to do business with someone they know and trust? All right. It seems like we're all in agreement with that, right? So then it's a matter of getting your messaging across that you have a service to offer, right? That's where you want to start this conversation. Is in the service piece. Angela, could you go to the sphere slide? Could you move forward, please? Just keep on going. Does everybody understand that they have a sphere of influence and who that sphere is? There you go. One more, Angela. There you go. All right. So if it's established that we understand who our sphere is, who we know, and they know us, now if we're starting our business or we're in business, we want to make sure that they understand that we have a service to provide, and most importantly, that we're willing to contribute to them and their goals, even if there's nothing in it for us, right? That really is the mindset I want you guys to take. I want you to come from a place of contribution. If you're just looking for the opportunity of today, then you're going to be in for a lot of disappointment, because 99% of the people that you know and who know you don't need to buy real estate today. The problem is that when they do need to buy real estate, you have to, if you're working on that, hitting the needle in the haystack concept, then you have to be there at the moment that they have the need. But if you can create a timeline of connectivity throughout their life using analog and digital solutions, then you will be relevant in their life all throughout their timeline. And if you are relevant in their life, the likelihood of them using you is highly is a high likelihood that they would use you. But more importantly, if you're part of the vernacular of their life and their support system, then when someone they care about has the need to buy or sell real estate, they're going to want to refer you to that too. But to get that opportunity, you need to stay connected to them in a systematic way, right? So the average person moves every 8 to 10 years. Right after a move, the likelihood that they will want to move again is at the lowest point. But over time, they begin to be more likely to look at buying and selling. That's where you want to, number one is you've worked hard to get them as a client. You've worked hard to find them what they wanted. You worked hard to get them into their house. You don't want to abandon that relationship once you get them in the house, right? You want to leverage that for future opportunities. There's technology that will help you in that to create systematic text or emails or notifications that say, hey, call a vet. You haven't talked to her in 3 months, and that constant connection will reignite your standing in their brains, right? And in their feelings, right? Oh, 3 months after you moved into a place, they're like, they oftentimes the 3 most glorious months of your life. You've achieved home ownership at a different level, and you are in a new place with new adventures. It's a very exciting time. You want to be associated with that positive experience, right? So in that, I'm talking about the timeline of one person. We want to do that with as many people as possible to get a multiplier on that opportunity, right? If we're looking at one timeline here that shows 4 opportunities over this lifetime, imagine if we had 100 people that we were staying connected to in that way. That's 400 opportunities over a lifetime. Imagine if we had 1,000 people that we were staying connected to at this level. That's how you create consistency in your business, is that you create an experience for your potential client, your relationship that serves as a placeholder in their lives until they have a need. Does that make sense? Anybody? Yvette, shake your head if you acknowledge. You're the only one I can see right now. Okay, so you want to move on to the next slide. A great way to do that is the Ford method. Has anybody ever heard of Ford before?
Hey, Joey, is this supposed to be a review of what we went over yesterday?
No, this is what they're telling me that where you left off yesterday.
Oh, okay, we definitely went a few slides forward from this.
Let's do that. Where was it, Eileen?
It's probably, let me see.
Is it KW Tech? Know the tools?
I think we reviewed this briefly.
You did?
And then we had gone past where Ed was trying to show us the Gary video, but it wasn't loading. But then we still went past that as well.
You mean Rob?
I'm sorry, Rob.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No. I just want to make sure right person, right time, right place.
That was yesterday, definitely.
All right. So did you guys go over the command? So all these tools. So tell me. All right. Let's if you guys because this is an important way to. These are the tools you have to stay connected to your clients. Using forward, using command is about systematizing your relationships with your sphere. Do you guys get that? That's where the opportunity comes from.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you're going to get opportunities and paydays inevitably by systematically staying connected to the people you know and who know you, adding more people to that list, and systematically staying in touch and being of value to those people. So your job is building new relationships and fostering existing relationships. That is the largest part of your job. The opportunities will come from that, from those activities. That's where the opportunities will come from. All right. And if you're looking, where do I get business? I mean, that's where you get your business. That is the core of your business. Opportunity, you will trip into opportunities, but that is not how you create a steady flow of business. The way you create a steady flow of business is to be a part of people's lives. And these are the tools we do it. Using forward in our conversations about how we, asking questions and caring about their lives, using command in between those moments of, I talk to you here and I'm going to talk to you 3 months or 4 months later. What is the connective tissue? Technology and social media is the connective tissue in between all of those. Okay. All right, let's move forward. I can't stress that piece enough, you guys. I think we're forward of this. All right, one more time. I think that's where does this look about right, Eileen?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm not, unless anyone wants to chime in. I don't remember this slide necessarily.
Okay. All right, let's go. So, Ignite consists of learning modules and daily success tabs, right? Success habits. The first 2 weeks of Ignite are called Spark because they are the modules to spark a successful real estate career. Okay. And in that, I like to delineate between the 2 big buckets of real estate. And this big bucket that we're starting with is your real estate business, the systems and the system tools you use to acquire business, right? That's the spark piece of it. The second bucket is that transactional functionality. So in focusing these first 2 weeks on building your business base. So now we've learned about our big why and why we're doing it. We're learning that the business is relationship based and the tools we have to stay connected to the people we know. And then we'll talk about fueling your career. Lead generation is the core of your business. Powerful language gets results. Your database is your business. Set goals that matter. Deliver your value proposition. Find and win buyers. Find seller leads. A day in the life of the real estate agent, and market center specific module, which is a piece that we'll do that is about core services and how all of these people work in concert to get your client to the finish line. All right. So these are the modules moving forward, right? What do we got? All right, let's move forward. One more time. All right, so these are the elemental learning modules. We're going to learn prospecting, marketing, what to do in open houses, how to conduct a seller appointment, how to conduct a buyer consultation, make and receive offers, negotiate the deal, the financial basics of running your business, also contracts to close, and again, the Market Center specific module. All right. The next, Angela, this is the basis of your business, guys. These are the basic activities, your daily basic activities that if you do every day, you will see a result. Okay, it's not brain science. It's been done before. You can be creative inside all of these pieces, but if you, it's called the 10-4, and it's doing these 4 things 10 times a day, and for the preview of homes 10 times a week. But imagine, grow and manage your database. You're adding 10 new contacts to your database every day. For a new agent, I think this is even easier. You go to your existing database and you take 10 people a day from that database in some linear manner, and you do several things. You clean up the contact, which means you have their full name, first and last. You make sure they have their phone number and their email. If you don't have their phone number or email, what you should do is either email them for their phone number. Hey, I'm cleaning up my database. I noticed I did not have your phone number. Can you have, or text them, right? Oh, you can't text them because you don't have their phone number. And vice versa, if you don't have their email address, you just spend the time to clean up 10 contacts a day and move them into a command is what I would suggest. But if you're using Gmail or some other CMA, clean 10 up a day. So that means, that's where you could start, grow and manage your database, right? Then it's prospect. So you take those same 10 people, again, easier for new agents. So you're cleaning up 10, and you're also going to speak to that 10. So you call them or text them, which is acceptable now, accept those 10 people, contact those 10 people, right? And have a relational conversation for them. Your expectation should not be, can I get one of these or any of these 10 people to buy or sell real estate today? It's reconnecting with them. It's saying, hey, I haven't talked to you for a while. How's everything going? I know the last year's been challenging. How have you and your family fared? And in that, they're going to ask you, well, hey, I started this new career in real estate, blah, blah, blah. Don't sell them anything. Just be authentic and real and connect with 10 people a day in your database. So for new agents, it's you're cleaning up 10, you're calling that same 10, and then guess what? Just imagine what the experience would be like if they received a call from you, and then a couple days later, they received a little note on a simple card that said, hey, Kira, it was great to reconnect with you. I'm so happy, a sentence about maybe something you talked about. I'm so happy you and your dog are, you and your daughter are doing well. I remember now that Kira has a daughter, right? And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Boom, keep it simple, and put your business card in there. So now they have you've reconnected with them in an authentic conversation. They got a little follow-up card a couple days later. Oh, how nice, right? And then now they're going to start receiving some business information from you, right? And so now they're going to receive maybe a monthly an email from you, or a weekly, or you're going to are you curious about you know, in the conversation, you were like, oh, are you curious? If you're curious about your home value, I know your own home and you love the Miracle Mile. I could set you up on a website. I could create a website for you that's specific for you that you can play with to get information and to look at your, you know, look at your neighbors' valuations and see the new houses for sale. You set them up with a landing page, right? That's a great little tool. Or your get them on your app, right? They're all different ways to connect them to your business, right? So now you've cleaned up 10 contacts, put them in your database. You've spoken or texted with those people, and now they've got a note that sets the tone for moving forward. Now you have to be purposeful moving forward, and in purposeful, I do not mean selling them real estate, letting them know. You don't want them to look at the phone when you call and have them say in their head, oh, Kira's going to ask me if I need to buy or sell real estate. So I don't need that. So I'm not going to answer the phone. You want them to say, oh, it's Kira. You know, it was so nice to catch up with her last time. I wonder what's going, right? That's what you want them to say. Okay. So that's a personal reception, not a business reception. And then the last part is, preview 10 homes per week. Okay, right now we're having a problem with, you know, we don't have open houses in the same way and so on and so forth. So if you don't have any client needs that you're previewing homes for, they're really not previewing homes in the same way we used to. I would suggest that you go onto the MLS and you focus on a singular area and you focus on understanding the elements of that area, and just, you know, just study the solds and what is for sale in that particular area, and do 10 homes a week. Drive by them. You can still drive by, right? So you have to be a little more purposeful in this particular market, but it's still doable. All right. So that's the 10-4. The idea is, guys, if you do this every day, if this is the first thing you do in your business every day, you get on the 9 o'clock call, 9 to 9:30, and you do scripts from 9:30 to 10, and then you do your 10-4. I can promise you that if you do that 5 days a week with consistency, you will receive an opportunity from it. You will see a benefit from it. These are the activities of successful agents. It's, you know, it's not necessarily, you know, you can personalize it in this, but this is the purpose. Okay. Questions. This is the key to getting what you want. This is the key to you reaching your goal, is consistent communication and connectivity and being of service to your clients. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned the ability to set up a landing page for a potential client. What is a landing page? What and how would you set that up? What is that exactly?
Absolutely. So in Command, when you go into Command, you on the dashboard down the side there, you will if you scroll over somewhere near the bottom, but not the bottom, you will see landing pages, and you can create landing pages for specific clients. Imagine, I assume everyone has Netflix. If you don't, then I'll try to explain it as possible, as succinctly as possible. When you go into Netflix, everyone gets a profile. Okay, somehow you know, my house, there's 4 profiles for each of my daughters and my wife and myself. Right, that tracks that individual's likes and dislikes, usage and non-usage. You know, thumbs up, thumbs down, and it feeds you options that are specific to your taste. My options are like anime and funny stuff and sci-fi. You know, my wife is, you know, it's hilarious because she's so focused. If somebody dies in some cruel way in the first 5 minutes of the movie or series, she's on it and it's on her Netflix page, right? Because that's what she loves consistently. The landing page, it has a huge AI piece in it, and it will also feed you information and properties that fit the properties that you were looking for in the areas you were looking for in the criteria. You as an agent set it up for them, but it takes on its own life after they interact with it. Does that make sense? So it's a great little tool. Okay. Anything else about the 10-4? Because the 10-4 is the key to your daily activities. Okay. All right, make the most of Spark. Divide the rest of your day between growing your business and running your business. It's working on your business and working in your business, right? Working on your business is working on, working on building the, how do I get the opportunities? Working in your business is working on individual opportunities, is lead generation, is the 20% in the 80-20 rule. Did we talk about the 80-20 rule yesterday? Did that come up in the first piece of it? It's the 20% of your activities or actions that are responsible for 80% of your achievements. Does that make sense? All right, so here we are. Okay. Ahas and the, oh, all right. All right, so now we're, that was easier than I thought. Let's talk about, let's see, how else can I add some value? All right, let's, ahas. Let's first do that. How has your thinking changed and what ideas or mindsets were new, right? Anybody want to talk about that? Here's my question to you. What fears have you guys experienced or here, I'm not going to pick on you, but you said, hey, I get in my head about stuff, right? And you overthink stuff. The idea of having these classes and being part of this community is to start to dispel those fears, okay? It's about saying, hey, how do I systematically stay in touch with people? Well, number one is you do the 10-4, right? And 10-4 is I am adding contacts, I am communicating with contacting contacts, and I am following up with contacts. That is your pattern, okay? That is your purpose on the daily. For a new agent, I think it's easier to get into that rhythm because you're starting from point 0, right? And so how do I take the first 10 people, clean up their information, contact them, and then follow them up, right? So does that help? Just kind of, do we have any questions around that or any kind of ahas and, hey, that shows me what my job activities are every day or could be every day? Any questions on how to do that and what it looks like or the tools used to do it? No one, huh? All right. I mean, I want to help you guys. So I don't want to just, talk at you. So thanks, Eileen. Uh, I don't want, I want you, the actions themselves and the way you connect with people can be highly personalized. And it's about you and the way you communicate with people. So I guess my question would be, I would go around and ask how you develop relationships now. Like where do you, is it around a common passion or goal, or is it around a common belief system, or how are you connecting with people in your world on a personal level, because you're going to want to supersize that. So how about if we go around and everybody tells me how they communicate with people, or what areas they coalesce around, love of dogs or religion, or how's it go for you guys? Donja, what do you got?
Cool. All right. So one thing that I found, especially during the pandemic, is a lot of people took advantage of being outdoors, me especially. So I picked up a lot of hiking, a lot more outdoors activities, running, and especially out here in Los Angeles, there's, I don't know if anyone's heard of like Meetup, meetup.com. Really cool platform. Basically what it is it's like a giant online place where people of all different hobbies, activities, obviously like meet up and do these activities together. So what's been happening is there's been a pretty good shift towards more outdoor stuff, social distancing events. But yeah, I've noticed that, there's a lot of hiking groups, there's a lot of running groups, and I've started to shift my interest in hobbies in that direction. So that's how I'm meeting new people. It's like going to these events, interacting with different people, obviously like, socially distancing, everyone's wearing masks. But I found new hobbies that I probably wouldn't have picked up if if the pandemic didn't keep us indoors and didn't make us do more things outside. So that's definitely one thing. And it's not just limited to that. There's like board games that people do over Zoom. There's like trivia nights, all sorts of really cool activities. So if anyone's interested in that, highly recommend you check it out. Because you could find people out there that have similar tastes to you, or if you've ever wanted to try something new, but maybe didn't have the time before lockdown started, now might be a good time to explore that.
I love that. Doncher, what is the name of that website?
Yeah, so it's Meetup, MEETUP, yeah, meetup.com.
Yeah. And I bet, yeah, I mean, prior to COVID, it found its place, I'm sure, in COVID. I forgot about Meetup. Meetup's been around for a long time, but I bet you it's really refined its communities during COVID. And I think that's a great idea. I would encourage you to that if you're going to do something like that, that you want to not just be a participant, but work towards being a driver. Like if starting a group, or or starting a game group, or whatever it is. Don't just be a participant. You could start as a participant, but the idea is that you want to move out of the shadows into the light as someone who could be a business owner, right? Because the idea is, hey, the way you act over here is the way you act, is what people can expect over there, right? So, when I was in, when my kids were younger, one of my children went to a charter school. And so that charter school at that point they asked that every parent do 50 hours a school year of volunteer work. And so, the choice is, I could do, often I go into the office and kind of push papers for a couple hours a week. I could slop some food. I could, do something in the shadows. But I have a skill in my creativity, and so I thought they had a large outdoor space that needed something. It was very institutional. So I came in and did a giant mural project, basically created a giant coloring book for parents that would come in on consecutive weekends, and I'd give them a drawing on the wall and a color and a paintbrush, and I said fill it in, right? And it created this giant kind of coloring book for parents, and did that over a series of several months, and we decorated the whole environment with different images and such. It was a way, that showed those parents who showed up, showed my level of participation on my personal life, and that gets projected into my professional life, right? So if you're going to show up big. If you're going to, to Doncher's point, if you're going to be a part of a running group or a game group, start to make your way to the front of the class, right? I think sociologically, no one wants to sit in the front row when we're kids, right? We don't be, but here we are in a business. We want to be noticed. We want to be, we want to participate. We want to be noticed for our participation. Also, right? That's how. And if you're running anyway, if you're playing games anyway, if you're helping with your kids, school, then do it big. Run the whole play on it. Don't hold back. If you're passionate about something, do it also, bring it out into the light. If it's sports or alumni or even religious affiliation, share it with your community, because like-minded people are going to be attracted to that, right? You won't attract everyone. It's not your job to attract anyone. The more focused those conversations can be with people, the more impact they're going to have on that individual. And the more, you don't want to be scraping the surface of 10,000 people, right? It's better to have an more intimate, focused conversation with 1,000 people who are listening to you, right? Who are receptive to you, who are interested in what you're saying, and to see the value of being in relationship with you, other than throwing marketing to 10,000 people and trying to the expression is throwing shit up against the wall and seeing what sticks. That is you get less return on your money for sure, and on your efforts in that way. That's great. When I was a kid, I should ask anybody else. Where or how are you connecting with the people in your life? What areas? Because I could tell you how to supersize it once you tell me where you're showing up in life.
Well, I get to talk to people every day because I'm a hairstylist. Mm-hmm. So I have, relationships with my clients that have been, I've known some of my clients for 10 years. So it is just organic that when I'm talking to them, like they've all become friends, I know what's going on in their life. They know what's going on in my life. So now they will be knowing that I'm, pursuing real estate, because it's just part of the conversation of, so what have you been up to?
And I think they're very, very similar businesses. You are doing something very personal for someone.
Yeah.
Right. You're having having your hairstyle is basically defining your packaging, right? and it's very, very personal, and the way people perceive themselves and want to portray themselves. So it takes a lot of trust, and I know that it's to maintain a 10-year relationship. You have to show up, because it's also a very fragile relationship. If because they take it very personally, right? If you screw up once, you could lose a client that you've had for 10 years easily. So
Yeah.
that consistency that you're showing, when you tell me that you have clients for 10 years, Kira, that shows me that you have consistency of performance in your relationships. You show up for these people. So that's a great start.
Do you have any thoughts on how, because my clients, like I said, it's like they've become friends at this point because they've been with me so long, and I know all about their lives. They know all about my life. I'm very open with them. They're open with me. I do have the concern, though, how can I get them to like trust me and believe me that I can actually sell your house now also, and because I'm concerned that they're just always going to see me just as their hairstylist.
So, I think that re-engineering people that in a business relationship has its particular challenges, especially when you're still performing that activity, right? If you were saying, hey, I'm no longer doing hairstyling and I'm moving on to real estate, then if you like me over there, you'll like me over here. That's a whole different thing. But I would suggest that if these are people who are in your life and you have long-term relationships with, that you have an honest conversation with them and share your passion for this new opportunity as you are growing. I am growing into, I always loved real estate. And I just went through the process of learning about and acquiring my license. I'm so excited about adding this onto my toolkit, right? I would love the opportunity if you had a need, or anyone had a need in the future, to be able to help you. And, and that's really just, oh, I have a brother-in-law who's a realtor. That's great. I totally understand how that works with family and such. I'll be your number two. Put me in line, right? If it's number 2, number 3, number 5, number 20, just get in line, right? But you have to, and say, I absolutely understand. I want to earn the right to help you or your family or anyone right? I want to earn it. So the first step in that is just letting you know that I have the service and additional service, and letting you and telling you that that I want your business, right?
Yeah.
So, I just be authentic to you, however you would say it, but be sincere and be passionate about this new opportunity. Mm-hmm. Share your excitement and passion for it. And without being, you're not even making an ask. Your ask is just to acknowledge that you're hearing what I'm saying, which is,
yeah,
I'm a realtor. I'm a real estate license, and I perform the services of a realtor. Just like, you're having beautician, being a beautician and performing the services of a beautician, right? It's don't fear it. Just share it.
Yeah.
As, if these people care about you, which I believe they probably do, then they'll be excited for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no hard ask yet. That will come. Anyone else?
I think that's a good point, because even as new agents, a lot of us will get rejected from, from people that have an agent already. So it's good to think of a way of how to respond to that.
Yeah. Everybody knows a realtor, Jenny, right? So it's like, of course you do. You're a person out in the world. You own a house. Of course you have a realtor. I just want to get in line. Make me your number two then. I'll be your number two and earn the right to move up the ladder, right? If somebody fails you, if relationships fall apart, people don't, and also it gives you the opportunity to show your commitment to their relationship. I can't tell you how many friends I've helped who have, used other people. The list is, I get asked for free help all the time. All the time. Anyone else? Any other, think about these questions, even if you're not answering them to me. Think about these questions, because I think they're the right questions. How has your thinking changed? What ideas or mindsets were new? It's a catharsis on what you've learned, right? What do you feel differently about? What was meaningful for you today? Your brain, your heart, and now actions. How will your behaviors be different going forward? What actions will you take going forward? All right? What actions will you take going forward? What's going to change right now? You should be asking that question to yourself.
Yeah, I think like finding new ways to meet people that maybe is out of my comfort zone, or maybe not out of my comfort zone, but things that I haven't thought of before.
Yeah. Be creative. This is the area to be creative in, Jenny, right? This is, how do I connect with people? How do I enjoy connecting with people? Where do I enjoy connecting with people? What activities are surrounded with the people I enjoy connecting with?
And brainstorming within the group as well to hear other ideas that we wouldn't, really help.
Yeah, I mean, start with where you are and what you enjoy already. Kira's hairdressing. Doncher, Doncher is going to meetups and meeting people with with similar taste and similar activities and or what are they called? They're hobbies. I couldn't come up with that word. You supersize the areas that you already enjoy, because you're going to be there anyway. Right? I mean, you might as well make the best of it. Run the whole play in that sector before you move on to anything else. Any other questions? Statements, ahas? All right, I'm going to let you go if you don't, right? All right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you at the all office meeting tomorrow, and then I believe that Ignite picks up on Thursday, same time, same place.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
You're welcome, guys.
Have a good one.
Take care.
All right, bye.